Hello Herd, thank you so much for joining in. It's great to have you here today for a 20-minute full body stretch for runners. So we'll get straight into it. We're going to come down onto our hands and knees. We're just going to start with cat-cow. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. We're going to tuck the tailbone under, rising up link by link, tucking your chin to your chest, and then we'll reverse it. So tailbone lifts, sinking down, collarbones lift, nice long neck. Just releasing any tension in the lower back. I have actually just been for a run, so I'm really excited to do this. I really feel like I need it. Take some nice deep breaths. We're here for a good stretch out and a relax. And then we'll just wag your tail side to side for a couple of repetitions. Lovely. We're going to take one knee up in front for a pigeon stretch. So this heel is in towards your body, and then we're just going to relax down onto it. So we're going to stretch the whole body, but really focusing on areas where we tend to have tightness if you're a runner. So we'll be stretching the hips, quads, calves, hamstrings, but then also some of the upper body. We can carry a lot of tension in the shoulders and back as well when we run. Perfect. We'll swap onto the other leg, so join the other leg in, sending the other one out straight. I don't know if you can see the snow. I haven't been out running in the snow in my shorts, even I'm not that crazy. It was a treadmill run today. Looked a bit icy. Lovely. So from here, we're going to pop up onto one knee and stretch the hips. So we're going to be tucking the tailbone under, or if you find it a better cue to squeeze the glutes here, just switch that stretch on at the front of your hip here. We're going to lean into it, so pushing those hips forward. If you'd like to, you can push here with your hand, and also the hand on the front knee. We're going to push as though we're sliding that knee forwards down towards the mat, really sinking into those hips. Ooh, that feels tight. So we're going to hold here. Take some deep breaths, try and sink into the stretch. Can you melt down any further into those hips? Lovely. We'll ease back up to the centre and we'll swap onto the other side. So the other leg is in front, pushing into that hip. One hand onto the knee, one hand behind as an option if you want to. Otherwise, you can just slide into it. If it feels too intense to add that pushing the knee forward, pushing the hip behind, then don't feel like you have to. Deep breath, see if you can slide even further. Lovely, well done. We're just going to do a little stretch for the arches of your feet. So you're going to hook your toes under, try and spread your toes out so that each toe has its own place on the mat, and we're hooking them underneath. And then we're going to just push back into the toes, sitting towards your heels, trying to get a stretch under the arch of your feet there. And while we're here, we'll just link the hands together and push out, pulling the shoulder blades apart, chin to chest. And then we'll link the hands together behind, pushing away, lift, roll the shoulders back and lift the chest. Still sinking into the arches of your feet. Lovely, well done. So we're just going to move over to be against the wall. So I'll give you a second or two to find that, or click pause and get yourself set up. And you're going to want to have your mat against the wall so that you've got some padding under your knee. I obviously don't have a wall. I'm going to pretend that this post is a wall, but we want it to be a long wall that you can lean against. You're going to be onto one knee, and the knee that's in front is against the wall. Reaching the hands in front, we're just going to work on some rotation for the mid-back. As we twist, we're going to bring that arm back behind, and pretending that I've got a wall behind me, I'm going to touch the wall with my back hand, and then back to the center. Deep breath in to prepare, exhale, twist. So both hands should be touching the wall, your front one and your back one, or as close to it as you can get today. Well done, everyone. And we'll do one more here. Lovely. We'll swap it onto the other side. So this time your other leg is against the wall. Hands up in front. And we're going to breathe in to prepare. Exhale, twist. Front and back hand touching the wall. Exhale as you twist. Last two. Well done. So releasing some tension from the neck and shoulders that we can build up when we're running along and sort of keeping our arms in this position. We're just going to work our shoulders through the range of movement. So one at a time, we're going to take thumb pointing up, keeping it close to your ear. You'll get to a point where you have to twist and lead down with your little finger, and then we're going to bring that back down behind. So then we'll reverse it, thumbing on the way up. So thumb comes up, you're going to twist, and then on the way back up, little finger will come up first until you have to twist. Good. So coming up with the thumb in front, twist, thumb points down, and then little finger will lead on the way back up, twist until your thumb's pointing up in front. So we're just working through one side at the moment. Feels good to get those shoulders moving. Perfect. We'll go on to the other side now. So thumb leads on the way up, arm close to your ears. You'll have to twist at some point. And then on the way back up, little finger leads till you have to twist to get back to the front. Well done. I'm just working on some 12-week programs at the moment that are completely customizable and personal to you. So it's sort of a 12-week online one-to-one coaching program. So if you are training for a run or an event, it can be a good way to get a program that's tailored to you, and you have your weekly sort of training plan. I'll keep you posted on that. Or even if more of this is your goal, mobility, make plans for that. Or I'm going to have a Pilates membership as well. We'll do one more on this side. Lovely. We're going to come into our down dog now. So hands underneath your shoulders, toes curled so you can push up. And we're just going to walk the dog. So pedaling your heels up and down, stretching down the back of your legs, your calves, your lower back. It's a good one. And then we'll just pause here, trying to push your heels down towards the mat. Don't worry if you don't get them down there, but just to wherever feels like a good stretch for you, we're just going to hold. Take some deep breaths. Lovely. We'll drop the knees down onto the mat and we're going to come into a side lying position. No side planks, don't worry. We're just going to stretch our quads here. So that bottom leg we're going to take out in front a little bit so that you've got some balance. And then the top leg, we're going to take hold of the foot, bringing the heel towards your bum. And with this top knee, we're going to try and pull it back as we push the top hip forwards to deepen that stretch. So you should be feeling this down the front of your thigh. Try to keep your legs in line, so try not to have it up in the air here, but instead pointing down as though you were standing up. Well done. Keep holding. That's great. We'll swap on to do your other side. So rolling onto your other side. We'll take that bottom leg out in front for some stability, and then we're going to grab hold of this top one, bringing the heel towards your bottom, pushing the hip forward and pulling the knee back on the top leg. Lovely. We'll come to lying on your back now. And we're just going to cross one leg over, and you can either reach behind your thigh or in front across your shin. That's a little bit deeper of a stretch. We're just going to pull in, feel the stretch around your hip. Well done. We'll switch sides, so crossing over on the other side, reaching around the back of the thigh or the shin. That's great. We're going to drop one foot onto the mat, taking one leg straight, so taking the bend out of your knee, and we're just going to reach behind. We're going to flex the foot like mine is now, and then we're going to point it. So moving between flexing, pointing, and gently pulling in around the back of the leg to stretch the hamstrings. And we'll do your other side. Flexing and pointing the foot. Letting one leg go completely straight, we're going to pull one knee in, and then we're going to take it across the body as though you're pointing it to your opposite shoulder. And then we're going to take it all the way across, twisting through your back, reaching out behind, and that back shoulder, you're trying to press it down towards the mat. And we'll go on the other side, so that leg going straight out, we'll hook the other one in, and we'll take it across the body towards the opposite shoulder, so my right knee is going towards my left shoulder. And then I'm going to take it all the way across, twisting through my back. Brilliant. We're going to roll onto our fronts, going into our child's pose, so big toes together, knees to the outsides of your mat, and we're going to reach out nice and long. We're going to walk the hands over to one side, so I'm reaching to the left with my hands, and I'm going to push back with my hips towards the right, so I'm getting a good stretch down the side of my body. And we'll go to the center and over to the other side. We're going to finish off in standing, so just popping up to stand. We're going to cross one foot over the other, and we're going to fold down the legs. So nice soft knees, but just letting your upper body hang down. And you've got one foot crossed over the other. See where feels good for you. You can bring your weight forwards, walk it back. See where the stretch feels like it's needed for you. And we'll swap the feet over, so crossing the other one over, reaching down. The last thing we're going to do is just stretch the inside of your thighs. So kind of like the splits, but from your knees, unless you can do the splits. I'm very jealous. So we're going to be stretching the inside of your legs. You can bring your weight down to the mat. You can sit backwards. You can walk it forwards. See what feels like a good stretch for the inner thigh for you. And we'll pop back up. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you've enjoyed it and feel the benefits from it. If you have enjoyed it, give it a little thumbs up and subscribe to my page if you can. It's really appreciated. But thanks again for joining the herd, and I'll see you next time.